To talk a little news, yeah. So they announced the new legend yesterday. They showed you the weapon combinations. They just didn't show you the signatures. They let one slip. It looked normal. It's like this bug character. So he's like maybe like a beetle kind of bug or whatever. 4 arms. Decent. Won't really say anything over that. He's just decent looking. So we'll see. I don't know about like him having a orb kind of combination, but that just is what it is. Really, what I wanted to talk about, guys, is what really the Brawlhalla team and BNG didn't talk about, and what became very clear. So I really wanted to title the stream this. I just didn't want to be that aggressive about it, but Brawlhalla bot, bam, everybody that's listening, and I'll talk about this. I'll say it a couple times for the people that come in later. Account linking, if you are excited at the possibility of it and you want it to happen and you're waiting for it, just basically get rid of your thought of wanting it. It's not happening. And you could quote me on that. Like, account linking is not happening in Brawlhalla for a long time. I'm talking about a long time. Never. They're not doing it. Yeah. It's not on their map. They don't. It's not a thing that's happening. Here's the problem. It's not a matter of like, oh, they can't do it. They're not gonna do it. Why? You know what? Realistically, BMG doesn't know me shit. It doesn't know anybody shit. It's their discretion to make their game better, and however they want to see fit, they can do that. If it grants them more sales, to keep the accounts separate, which I'm sure it does to an extent where it doesn't matter to them, then they'll keep the game like that. It doesn't matter. They don't need to make it easier for me. But it's what they're not saying, and that's the problem. Because they talked about transparency. That was their big thing. Like, oh, we want to be a little bit more transparent. Or they can't talk about crossovers. Totally get that. But they want to be more transparent on the development process. It's actually become more of the benefit that when a company basically outs the reason why something isn't working, then that's transparent. They don't. It's pretty much. I'm saying it's rare when a company gets in trouble for just saying what is the bottleneck or the problem, especially when people have complained about it. And so with that said, they were like, oh, there's a lot of moving parts to it. There's a lot of shaking hands that need to be. And I was like, if this is a matter of like a single console thing, like, oh, Sony's the reason or whatever, they should just say it. I don't think they'd get in trouble for that. They could just say, oh, this is the reason why this is happening. But like you were saying before, of something with Ubisoft, if it's Ubisoft, they can't say shit. That's the real thing. So if it's in the side of Ubisoft, then they really cannot say what's holding them over. They just can't do it. Because initially, I think when they were even making cross-player reality, that it didn't work for PlayStation and it only worked for the other ones together. They initially said, oh, there's a little moving parts on PlayStation side where like we've been waiting for things. They said that. It was like very clear, and they were with Ubisoft then. But this is a little bit of a different case.
Yeah,
So I mean, if you want to really boil it down though, and from what I was saying, what's the stuff? So I mean, the cool thing that they did announce for Brawlhalla is that they're going to create rotating rank queues of different game modes. Now that's cool. That means that the next one for the next rank season is going to be Kung Foot, and it's going to be a rank Kung Foot. And what that means is going to have its own bar, almost like the own progression bar, like the Battle Pass. And you're going to be able to get ELO for how many games you win, for whatever ranked you are in the actual. And it's different than 1v1 and 1v2's ELO. They're completely different. So it's like its own thing, and it's the only way you're going to be able to get glory within the season. Because obviously you have to wait for the whole season to end to then get glory. So they talked a little bit about that, and that's going to happen next season. They're going to be doing that per each season. They're going to have a different mode. That's cool because I'll try out different modes that I didn't. And for a long time, I think a lot of people have wanted a matchmaking queue for a lot of these game modes. So making it ranked, I think also will bring the best of people, but it also give people the chance to like really play them with people that are good, that you get better at whatever the game mode is. Ooh, so let's play a little thing. So to recap what's going on here, guys, appreciate you joining the stream. Brawlhalla had their dev stream yesterday with, I forget who it was, aside Oda, that talks a little bit about dev stuff. And if you remember the last time Hydro Hedrick, I think might have been on. If you heard from the last time he was on, he literally said zero new, nothing. All they did was they showed you the new legend, and they showed you like one signature from the new legend, and then that's it. They pretty much repeated everything except for the fact that there's gonna be a rotating rank queue of a new game mode. So take what as you will. That's it. With that said, and everything being the same, what they didn't say is more. There you go. You saw me add you. What they didn't say is more telling, which is basically they talked about account linking. It was on yesterday. So basically, I was talking about this with Cycronus, and then a little bit before. So everybody had the same questions, account linking and blah blah blah. And so just to recap, really, Brawlhalla, Vam, all these people, account link is never gonna happen. They have no huge incentive to do it. They don't want to manage the resources to do it. They already said that oh, once we have the okay, then it takes time to make it. So that means there's nothing actually happening with it. We're pretty sure that it's just like Ubisoft said, don't even work on it. It's just not a priority. They don't have it in any of their systems in any other game, and they have a system in place which is Uplay that technically can interconnect things. It just doesn't do it the whole way around. So we know all solutions exist. Like if it was only Rocket League and Fortnite, that'd be one thing. I'd be like, well, Epic has always had the system, so that's it. But we already know Call of Duty does it. There's a bunch of other games that do it, so it's just a matter of the resources to actually get it done. There's no big incentive to them to do it, except for the community, and they don't care to do it. So it's not happening. I could at least tell you that it's not on the roadmap for 2021. It will not happen this year. I will put fucking crypto on it if I was wrong.
Don't say that,
I will.
Don't say that now.
It's not happening this year. It's not happening this year. The tone was everything. Yeah. They were hugely incentivized to do it too. Like, if Warzone is a free-to-play game in a system of which they have people paying for the actual game and other platforms, but this is the one thing that can really unify everybody, then fuck it, they'll just do that. And then there's more people talking about a free Call of Duty mode than there is not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because people know Call of Duty to be paid for. But if you have more people talking about like, oh, well, we could play together. Nah, this shit's free. And at this point, we don't need to talk Warzone. Everybody knows it's free and all that else. But there was probably a period of time in which people didn't know that. And then when they account link, people were like, oh, we can play this shit together. And then that's it. But this game, like, if you need any more evidence, the time to have done cross-account linking was when they came out with mobile. And the longer they waited for that shit to happen, I think it just wasn't going to happen. One. Two, I think it's just harder as they wait longer. There's just more than I feel like to do, but it might not even be more to do. It's just a matter of just them. They're just not going to... They're not going to do it. They don't have it on the roadmap for this year. What else is not happening this year is any sort of story mode. They actually said it. Kind of. They said making a story mode for this game. They liked the idea. They said they tried something before. That's always the same answer. But what they said new, it's like making a new game, and that's it. Period. Like,
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, like,
I wouldn't do it. It sounds like it's too much.
Like, so the minute that you do hear news that they'd have a story mode, treat that shit like Brawlhalla 2. Like, they probably will rework a lot of shit.
Brawlhalla if I'm gonna do that.
That's what I mean. So thank you, Contango. Yeah. So it was just more so like what I heard yesterday was more so what they're not doing versus what they are doing. Because literally, all I heard was that they were doing this ranked queue. That was it. And I was like, that's a cool idea because once it gets to like switchcraft, it gets to strikeout, it gets to even morph. That's gonna be cool. I'm gonna like that stuff, and maybe even the 2v stuff, 2v2 stuff, or 3v3 stuff I've never played. Like I never played something with Brawlhalla, like Brawl Ball and stuff like that. But realistically, you know, I hung on to more of what they didn't say or what, you know, the promise of. And so the big thing is the whole account linking is their phase 4 of unifying the game. Out of all they had 4 phases. And crossplay with all the systems together was phase 3. So phase 4 is not happening. It's not happening this year.
Like
The only way you're gonna get account linking in this game is when Sony, you have a better chance of Sony and Microsoft agreeing on the partnership to unify the consoles than you have a Brawlhalla having account linking, and then that's the only way you would have it.